Hello again everybody and welcome. Today we're going to look at a little known part of Egyptian history, that is in fact modern history. And we're going to travel to a royal palace, the palace known as Abdeen Palace. It served the royal family for some 80 years, and in that period of history the King of Egypt also ruled over the country of Sudan and now South Sudan. One of the unfortunate things about visiting the palace is that you need a camera ticket, something that gives me a great amount of angst. And besides that, the office of the president is actually upstairs inside the palace itself. So they do get a little bit funny about you filming in parts of it, and a lot of it's off limits. But considering the man who's there and the fact that the government was overthrown in 2011, security is not too bad. And you'll see amazing things. You'll see one of the world's best rifle collections, an incredible collection of silver. Anyway, come along with me and have a look.
Abdeen Palace, located in the heart of downtown Cairo, served as the official seat of the Egyptian government and royal residence for nearly 80 years. It is widely considered one of the most opulent palaces in the world. History and construction. Origins. In 1863, Khedive Ismail Pasha commissioned the palace as part of his vision to modernize Cairo and move the center of power from the medieval Cairo citadel. Naming. The palace was built on the site of a mansion formerly owned by Abdeen Bey, an Albanian military commander under Muhammad Ali Pasha. Ismail purchased the property from Bey's widow. Architect and design. Designed primarily by French architect Léon Rousseau, the structure blends European Renaissance, Neo-Baroque, and Rococo styles with Oriental, Ottoman, and Italian influences. Completion. Construction began in 1863 and took 10 years to complete, with the official inauguration occurring in 1874. The project cost an estimated 700,000 Egyptian pounds to build and an additional 2 million Egyptian pounds to furnish. Key historical events. Royal residence. It remained the primary residence of the Muhammad Ali dynasty from 1874 until the 1952 revolution, which overthrew King Farouk and ended the monarchy. 1881 Orabi Revolt. The palace square was the site of a famous confrontation between Khedive Tawfiq and Colonel Ahmed Orabi, a pivotal moment in Egyptian nationalism. 1942 Abdeen Palace incident. During World War II, British tanks surrounded the palace to force King Farouk to appoint a pro-British prime minister, a significant blow to Egyptian sovereignty. Transition to museum. After the 1952 revolution, the palace became a presidential office. Under President Hosni Mubarak, the lower floors were converted into a museum complex, which officially opened to the public in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Today, it houses 5 specialized museums. Arms Museum. War Museum displays rare weaponry, including a sword belonging to Napoleon Bonaparte and a dagger from Nazi Commander Ronald. Silverware Museum features items once owned by the Muhammad Ali family. Historical Documents Museum contains secret state documents ranging from the 19th century to the end of the monarchy. Presidential Gifts Museum showcases gifts presented to Egyptian presidents by world leaders. Royal Family Museum houses personal artifacts.
Finding the palace was fairly easy. Gaining access was considerably more difficult. If you go there, you've got to walk around the back, not go in through the front gates. And being an arm of the presidential office, they are a bit funny about you taking photographs in regions, and there is tight security. But when you make your way in, it is beautifully manicured and very different to the rest of Cairo. The courtyard offers a range of directions to go, but my first choice was a room full of medieval armour. Yes, and it's beautiful, isn't it? The most common name for this type of knife is a jambiya, and these days its role is purely ceremonial. However, it is quite an effective weapon, making it possible to gut people at close quarters owing to the curve of its blade, and it is also said that the shape permits it to get in behind an individual who is wearing armour. And apparently in Yemen, the men there carry one pretty regularly, purely for decoration. It is really surprising how many different types of knives there are, and the kings of Egypt must have had a fascination for them. Likewise, swords too, they had an amazing array, and a lot of them were gold plated. It seems not only the pharaohs were interested in gold plating or gold sheathing things, but the kings of Egypt also was. In a cabinet with a lot of fiendish looking knives, there's a crab's claw, a coconut crab's claw, and I really don't know anything about it. If anybody does, please let me know in the comments. It is my belief that these golden sheath swords were used for state occasions. I am not aware whether or not the kings of Egypt ever personally beheaded people, although it is possible. The most famous sword in the collection, purchased by the last king of Egypt, King Farouk, used to belong to Napoleon, and Napoleon had style. Magnificent gold sheath covered in precious stones. I am not aware whether or not this sword was ever used in anger, but it is certainly fancy to say the least. Farouk certainly loved his firearms. The multiple barrel rifle you see in the center of the photo is known as a Nock's volley gun, made in 1779, and apparently the recoil from the rifle injured a great number of people using it. Spanning 1770 to 1850 was the period of time when gentlemen settled their differences using dueling pistols, and here they are in front of us. unusually long-barreled pistols that have a deployable buttstock, practically making them a rifle. The 1860s Gatlin gun, a device which changed warfare forever. French Mutela muskets, made sometime between the 17th and 19th centuries. The left-hand side is a Brent machine gun of British manufacture used during World War II, and in the centre is a Soviet manufactured light machine gun known as a DP-28, period of manufacture unknown, and on the right hand side of the screen is a machine gun of Belgian manufacture, period unknown, known as an FN fail. I must apologise for the photograph, but what is in it is known as an elephant gun, and they're designed for killing large and dangerous animals, almost being a mini cannon having an extremely large caliber projectile. James Bond sort of thing, rifles concealed in walking sticks, a range of specially made pistols for the King Farouk. Amongst all the firearms is a beautifully made statue. This room is full of medals and awards. What is surprising to find are some Nazi ones. Both in World War I and World War II, Egypt was greatly sympathetic towards the Nazis, and the British even had to convince them that that was the wrong way to go during World War II. Just a short stroll through the palace grounds, and before entering the next part of the museum you come across a beautiful bronze cannon, probably entirely ceremonial and designed for salutes to the king. You make your way into a private space for the royal family, an area where they used to pray. And for those who do not know, Muslims pray 5 times a day, with King Farouk having much to seek forgiveness for, as he had a reputation as somewhat of a womanizer. And if you're a king and you're going to pray, why not have a silver Quran or a gold one? And the palace is furnished in a style that you would expect a palace to be. And a king should always keep his favourite machine gun handy. In the collection were some specially made clocks that chime when it is time to pray. In addition to that, you will also find beautifully French-made skeleton clocks, and a clock that I believe to be made out of a Spitfire propeller. It was quite a fashionable thing for princes and kings to be pilots, and Crown Prince Farouk was no exception. Now en route to the silver section of the palace, and it is often said that rich people are born with a silver spoon in their mouths. But when you're a king, why just stop at a spoon? I must confess I haven't spent much time amongst silver treasures, but the collection here is simply exquisite and worth a visit just by itself. The massive decanters are to die for, and even the plates themselves are special if you take the time to look at them. Amongst all the silverware, they want to tell you who exactly ate of these fine pieces of cutlery. And finally, after leaving the exhibit, strolling around the grounds, you find this. And apparently it was built in 1863 by Cadell Pastel, and it served as the royal family's primary. I'm not quite sure what that means, but more cultured people may know. So how was that? I bet you didn't expect to see any of that in Egypt. It's quite incredible, and there are actually two royal palaces. There'll be a full video on another one. There's a lot more to come. Please, if you can, like and subscribe. It does make a difference, and I like making these videos. I hope you enjoy watching them. Anyway, cheers for now, and as always, there's plenty more to come.